Hi guys, welcome to our Friday Handmade Happy Hour. I am Tracy, the owner of Print Cut Craft, and we go live every Friday talking about fun things to do with our Cricut machine, DIY crafting, and DTF transfers. So all the fun things we like to do over at Print Cut Craft, and this week is no different. We have some fun things in store for us coming up for our April and May workshops that we have coming up. And so I'm going to be going over today what that workshop is about, what are the projects we're going to make, and where to sign up for that. And then also we're going to be talking about what's the difference between an SVG, PNG, and a JPEG. So our craft members get that question. They ask that question a lot. And so we're going to go over the differences of what that is today and show you some examples of what how they act in Cricut design space. So as you come in, come say hi, and let me make sure, can I see your comments? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go over first a fun workshop we have coming up. Hey, Cindy. And so if you have not heard about it, we just are releasing it officially today, but I've been talking to our club members about it for 2 weeks or so. And so we're going to be revealing the projects, not all of them, but most of them. And then we're going to be showing you the PNG. I'm going to show you some of the PNGs I used for them. So this is going to be a great segue to our talk today, which is about what's the difference between SVGs, PNGs, and JPEG. Hey, Jackie. And so let me show you the fun things we're going to be making in this workshop. I'm going to drop the link. So if you want to sign up and join us, you totally can. But we're going to be doing lots of fun things. And so one of the things how Print Cut Craft actually started way in the day when it was really called My Paper Printables was originally what this was called eons ago. Hey, Susan, was I made printables and I made PNG files so you could make printables with those. And so that's definitely one of my first loves. I love graphic design. I love making things. And so we're going to be showing you how we're going to take some of my designs and make them into fun things. So in the workshop, it's called Print, Cut, and Create. I'm going to show you some of the projects we're going to be making. We're going to be doing a greeting card, and then I did a gift card holder that we're going to be making as well. These are all PNG pieces that we're making into different projects. So 3D card, gift card holder, and then we're going to be doing, which I know you guys have probably seen these around and maybe made some. We're going to do our the calendars that are the different flowers. And so when you rotate through all the different months, you get a different view of all the flowers. And so we have a 2025 version and a 2026 version for the calendar. So we're going to be making that. We're going to be doing a fun 3D birthday centerpiece that we're going to make out of thick styrofoam and using a PNG graphic. And then I even cut the foam to fit the exact shape. So I'm going to talk about how to do that and how this one I printed and cut on my Cricut machine, but you could make giant versions of these. And we're going to talk about that during the workshop, like as big as I am. So that'd be super fun to do, like for a birthday party or a retirement party. If you have a picture of someone and you want to do like a cutout of them, that's a totally fun way to do that. We're of course going to be making stickers because everybody loves stickers. We get that question a lot, like how do you make stickers? So this is we're doing an editable file, a PNG file that's going to be in Canva. You're going to edit it to say what you want, or you can choose some of the things we already have done. And then we're going to save them as a PNG, and then you can cut them out and you can adjust the color and the sayings, which makes it so versatile. And then you can cut it out on sticker paper. And so we have some like, this one is like, I did it for like a sweet treat, like candy filled little acrylic boxes. And then we also did them for another one just as a sweet treat, like these clear acrylic ones. And you guys know Sugarfina, I think it's called. These things are expensive. So you guys can make these yourself a whole lot cheaper for party favors, bridal showers, birthdays, fun little giftable type things. And so we did, we have a floral version for like weddings, and then that's editable. And so we did one for my daughter's friend who's getting married. We did like Mr. Can't say that. Mr. and Mrs. And then we did their last name and then the day they're getting married on that side. All of that's editable. This one just happens to be a floral design. And we have a couple different shapes. So we have like circles or squares or whatnot. So easy peasy, like fun ways to make some stickers. We're also going to be doing, my daughter is on a kick to save some money and stop going to Starbucks all the time. And so she's going to be making her coffee at home. And so I thought it'd be fun. She likes iced coffee. And so I made her some stickers to go on some coffee cups to make her feel like she's getting a treat. And so even though she's still making her coffee at home, she's still saving some money, even though the cup cost a little bit of money and the stickers, they're really not that expensive. And then I have a different version if you like coffee or if you want to put something on a tumbler. I have a different version, but first coffee. So another version of stickers. So I made her like a whole stack of coffee cups, and she's on a mission to learn all the different recipes for coffee at home. Okay, so then we're going to also be doing this fun project. I have another one. I have two other things here, but they're not here right now. But one thing that we're going to be doing is taking one of our PNG files and using them in a different way. So I'm going to show how you can take any PNG file, and I'll explain them after I'm done showing you this in just a second. We're going to talk about the difference between a PNG file and an SVG file and a JPEG. But this is a PNG file. I just happened to print this one out on mulberry paper, but I'm going to show you how to print it out on tissue paper so you can make your own decoupage type materials. If you like to decoupage, you can use your own graphics to make your own, and it's very easy to do. So this one just happens to be on mulberry paper, but you can print it on rice paper and like tear it up and then Mod Podge it. And so what we're going to do is cover, I covered a champagne or Prosecco bottle. And so I thought that'd be really fun to do for like a bridal shower or a wedding gift, or I don't know, whatever, something cute for your best friend, something like that. So this is going to be a bonus lesson for that. Oh, Lori, you're having trouble getting your comments on live video. I see your comment now though. Are you on, you're on Facebook. I don't know. I see it, Lori. Okay, so that's what the workshop's going to be. We're going to be doing a t-shirt design as well, and lots of fun things happening. So let me clean this up so then I can have some room, because I want to go over, let me show you this too. This is where you can sign up. Let me, hang on. I posted the link. Let me find it. If you want to sign up, you can go over here to sign up. And this is what the page site looks like if you want to go over and sign up and see. These are all the details about the class. We're going to be going live April 27th through May 2nd. And we're going to be doing videos in the morning with instruction booklets and all the basic information, the files and all of that. And then in the evening, we're going to go live, do some tips and tricks and mini tutorials and show you the bigger parts of the project. You are going to need a printer to do this workshop, but it's like a laser or a inkjet any kind will work. And then, so if you want to get the details, you can go over here to get that. It's $15 for the workshop. And I want to go over, we're going to talk about today. Let me fix my camera. We're going to talk about, the difference between a PNG, SVG, and JPEG, which is so perfect for our workshop coming up, because that's one of the most asked questions we get is, what's the difference between a PNG and an SVG? And you don't know until you know. And so I'm here to explain what that is today. So one of the things we do here, we have a membership. We have a monthly membership where we teach a fun multiple craft projects. And inside our membership, we are starting a beginner workshop that started this last week. And each week for the next 7 weeks, I think it's going to be, we're doing new beginner lessons that are going to be dropped into our for club members. And so one of the questions that we got was about this SVG and PNG. And so they're asking questions. And so I'm going to do my best to answer all of them over the next few weeks so that they can get their questions answered. And if they have that question, so do other people. So we're definitely going to be going over that. So that's a fun perk. If you happen to be in the membership, that's going to be available to you right now. Okay, so as you can see, the samples that I just showed you, those were all PNG files. And so like the one that says happy birthday, that happens to be one we're going to use in the workshop. But what is the difference between all these different file types? And so my goal for you is to help you understand what file type is going to go with what type of project when you're using Design Space. Hey, Sandy. So we're going to start with the basic one. What is an SVG? That is one of the most popular files that we use when we're using Cricut Design Space. And it's a cutting file, basically, where you can cut vinyl, paper, iron-on. And an SVG is called a scalable vector graphic, and it's made with paths and lines and shapes, not pixels. And so that means that you can scale them up or down, and they're going to be able to not lose their quality and stay really crisp. Hey, Rita. And so SVG files are cut ready files, and Cricut understands what to do with the cut ready file. It's ready to cut, score, draw, etc. And then they come with layers, which I'm going to show you just a second. They come with layers, which mean that you can customize the different components of that, which makes it so versatile. Which let me show you what that looks like over here. So this one's the SVG, and I made this design last week for the beginner workshop. And so if you go over to, this is called the layers panel, you can see if you click over here, all these different pieces make up this design. And so you can take any little thing and highlight it and just recolor. Let's make this red, blue. I mean, if that's what you want to do, it's just that you can take each component and they're customizable, which is just fantastic. So that's how you can definitely tell if it's an SVG. You can go over to the layers panel. Do you see all these different layers? If you do, then that's an SVG. Now, a PNG is a portable network graphic, which nobody ever uses those words. They just call it a PNG, which is just it's just an image. And so they're great for print to cut projects, which is what our workshop is going to be about coming up at the end of the month. Digital stickers, sublimation. And so PNG files are pixel-based images, and they're also called raster graphics. They also have a transparent background most of the time. Generally, that's the point of having a PNG, is that they have a transparent background. And then Cricut doesn't read PNGs the same they do as cut files. It's treated more like like an image or like a print. And until you flatten it, Cricut doesn't know how you want it to be cut. And so you have to do a couple steps to a PNG that you don't have to necessarily do to an SVG. So some examples of PNGs are the projects I just showed you, which is the stickers, the like greeting cards, like all the things, like all the little things you can do, like just, and a lot of times like this one, let me show you, let me move my camera bigger real quick. Oh. So this is the PNG that goes for this. And so I uploaded this design, I resized it. And so now Cricut knows, okay, and you have to flatten it. I know what you want me to do, and I'm going to cut it out into the shape that you want. And so that's like an example of that. But it could be as simple as, and what's so cool about using SVGs or PNGs is that you can cut all sorts of material with your Cricut machine. Like we could sit here and cut out all the little flowers for this if you wanted it to be cut out, um, and use like a delicate cutting setting. So there's just so many things you can do with the Cricut machine, whether you have the SVG or a PNG. Okay, so then let me get back over here. Some people want to know then what's the difference between a JPEG. Okay, so oh wait, but I wanted to say real quick is in like a photo, this is very detailed, but a PNG is something that you want to print. So we want to print that, and so that's this one you could recreate if you were careful. You could recreate all these components on the Cricut machine, but a lot of times things are designed outside of design space. So, but you can design like a lot of SVGs and things easily inside design space. Now, this is a JPEG, which happens to be a photo. So a joint photographic expert group is what a JPEG stands for. Nobody ever uses that either. And it's a simple image that imports, and it's not great for cutting. And it has a lot of limitations. So like a PNG, JPEGs are pixel based, but they usually have a white background. Now this one, you can't really tell because let me put something behind it so you can see. Move it over here. So you can see I had white at the top and the bottom. I could have erased that when I uploaded it into Design Space, but I did not because I wanted you to see that some photos have a white background or some graphics have a white background. And that's just how a lot of JPEGs are. So while they're great for photos, they're not ideal for cutting on Design Space. And so because Cricut Design Space doesn't know where to cut that cake out. And so they're like, do I cut, all the things behind it? Like it's not detailed enough for it to know where to cut things out. And then oftentimes, like you would have to take that photo and clean it up. And so when you upload a PNG or a JPEG, even an SVG, you have the option to clean things up and erase things. You'd have to spend a lot of time to erase the white space or erase everything around the cake if you just wanted to get the cake in the plate as your graphic. And so it's a lot more work. And so if you have an option to just do PNG or SVG, you're going to be way better off doing that. Now, let me show you the difference over here in Design Space. So you can see the photo is just listed as a print and cut, and as well as the graphic for the balloons is a print and cut. And then you have some errors here saying like this is too large or it's not going to print that, or your quality is low. You need to basically make it smaller, or I need to make the file a bigger, more higher resolution. So that is the difference between all three types of PNG, SVG, and JPEG. So hopefully that clears up some of your questions. That's what we're going to talk about today for the Friday Handmade Happy Hour. And then hopefully you sign up for our fun workshop. So if you missed it, we have a fun workshop that's just released, and it's going to be starting April 28th. And we're going to be making a few fun projects. So we're going to be making a gift card holder. We're going to do a layered greeting card. We're going to do stickers that are totally editable, color and words. And so fun little candy boxes. You can have them say whatever you want. This one just happens to be like for like a wedding. The lights are just so bright. So I did Mr. and Mrs. for that one. We're going to be taking a PNG and making some fun printables on tissue paper. We're making a t-shirt design that I don't have right here. Did I say cupcake, a centerpiece? We're doing our fun calendar. We have a 2025 and 2026 calendar that's layered where you just keep rotating the flowers behind each other every month. And then stickers, because everybody loves stickers. And you guys, my daughter is addicted to buying stickers. I was like, we could make that so much cheaper, right? No, she still goes out and buys stickers. And when I showed her how easy it is to make it, I think I've finally convinced her, like, let's just make some here. Because they're $4 and she's buying some cute little stickers, but they're not anything like that you and I couldn't create. And so like I made her stickers for her iced coffee cups because she's going to start to make her coffee at home. And I thought maybe this would encourage her to spend less money on $7 or whatever for a Starbucks card and drink. And so she goes out and she was like, hey, look at these stickers I got. They're $4 each for a sticker. Some of them are small like this. Some of them are a bit bigger. They're not giant stickers. And I was like, you know how many stickers you could make on a sticker sheet and make, you guys, if you want to make money, people buy stickers left and right. You could make stickers and sell them to a boutique. There's so many ways you can take what we're learning and do a side hustle, going to craft fairs, going to flea markets, doing custom projects for people. There's just a lot of different ways to use the skills that we teach at Print Cut Craft, and the files that you guys get come with commercial license to make a physical made product. So you can't resell the digital files or anything like that, but you can use them to make like your own end product, like stickers or birthday centerpieces or fun little like party favors. You know how much wedding favors cost? You guys need to look this stuff up to see, like, you know what? You could be making some good money with side hustles using your Cricut machine. That is for sure. So that's what we have for you guys today for the Friday Handmade Happy Hour. I just wanted to go over the new workshop we have released today. And then I hope you sign up and see you on the 28th. It's going to be a 5-day workshop. It's going to be fun. There's going to be prizes, all sorts of fun things happening starting April 28th. So I will see you guys back here next Friday. And I'm probably going to go over, I think I'm going to start to do a series of like answering the questions, the most burning questions our members have, as well as questions I get about just from general people who have a Cricut machine. And so that way we can kind of get some good information out there of what this stuff is. So last Friday, I talked about the differences in some design space buttons. So we talked about, let me highlight this so you can see this combine button over here. We went over all of these little details because that was one of the questions our a member had. And if they have the question, that means other people have that question too. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I hope you guys join us next Friday at 1 for our Friday Handmade Happy Hour, and we'll see what we're going to do then. And maybe we'll do some design space information and then do a little craft as well. So we'll see you guys back here next Friday at 1. Bye, guys.